sounded.
Yeah, that was fun. I'm sorry I didn't film that. They're not gonna have the. There's no blooper for this because he had to spit out his hick accent before we started filming, so y'all missed out.
Okay. This is episode 61.
That's right.
71, 81, who knows?
61 is 61. In fact the number.
61 of Just One More Topic. I am Tridrachius.
And I am Tiborius.
And next week, he will not be here.
Well, or I might. He might not be here.
I might not be here.
Well, he'll be here, but not
there
on the video.
Yeah.
Okay, long story short, I have a brother, indeed an entire family down in Brazil. It's a fun story. I'll have to talk about it sometime. I'm not going to get into it right now. But I will be in Brazil next week because my brother is getting married and he wants this mug to be his best man. Not enough blondes, not really sure. So I'm going to go be getting cleaned up later for it. But we might do an international version of Just One More Topic next week.
Very possible.
Yeah.
Very, very
Introduce
likely.
You to some of the guys that I know have stayed active talking with us on here and are all gamers themselves. So.
Some of our very first community fans.
Well, and it'll be really fun. I mean, we talk about, very much from an American's perspective on consumerism, on games, on business, on marketing strategy, what works for us. Now, down there, it is a whole different culture. I mean, this word culture shock shows up a lot, but until you experience, you can't understand it, especially when you're talking about something that we find so easily to get a hold of. I mean, gaming and consumer electronics for us is nothing. That's part of our world. Down there, it's hell on earth, man. I mean, I remember my first time I went down there. I was 16, PS2, Xbox, that was all the thing. Here, $50 brand new. Down there, translated to American, about $150, if not more, brand new from most sales shops. This is also why piracy runs rampant down there. Brazilians get a lot of bad rap for gaming, but the fact of the matter is their government taxes consumer electronics, because it's all import, so excessively. I used to sing games to my brothers down there. One of them almost got arrested, facing charges equivalent to that of a drug smuggler.
Well, you are Italian.
So, yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see and hear different perspectives from a completely different country and see what they think.
Yeah.
Outside of that, there's not a whole lot of really, groundbreaking news.
For those of you that... Bill Gates fully has distanced himself now from Microsoft. He's gone.
Egad.
It's so sad.
Really.
He hasn't been there for years, realistically. He's had a hand in things, but now he's completely cut the cord and said, I'm done.
Which, with the new guy stepping in, it's
has
probably...
stepped in. It's so weird talking about this as news. Steve's been running that place for freaking...
since the 70s.
Yeah.
Even when Steve Ballmer took over.
That's what, when Steve Ballmer took over, I'm saying that's been almost a decade, hasn't it? I have no concept of time.
Wow, yeah, pretty close to a decade.
Maybe I do.
Wow, that's...
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
okay.
It's not huge. It's actually, I would say it's more interesting that for the new Surface, they're dropping NVIDIA.
Yeah, they're dropping NVIDIA for a slimmer, sleeker Surface that people still will not buy.
Right. Actually, those things, especially, we talk about that, but we got one for my friend when she went to college. And a lot more people have that, especially in around the college area. Yeah, it's not the iPad or anything else. But for the fact of the matter, what it does, it's a tablet and a laptop. It's actually really cool. Yeah. I liked playing with it.
I can see things like the native Microsoft Word and all the different Office suite
that's a huge
tools
one.
And stuff. I can see that working better on the Surface because, hello, it's the same company.
Because guess what? No matter if you're an Android tablet or an iPad or a Mac or Linux, nobody has freaking Microsoft Office. Okay?
Right.
And that is a standard. Nobody has come close to even touching what that is capable of doing if you're in a professional or student area.
And it was fucking weird at my college that I went to. They only they were switching everything over to iPads, but yet they wouldn't support anything outside of Microsoft Word.
So fun.
So it was this very stupid, complex, bass-ackwards way of teaching. But anyway.
Back to gaming. We're
anyway.
all over the place.
The thing, Nintendo announces Wii U lifetime sales have hit
Stop making it so easy!
6.17 million. Now,
to retailers.
every consumer electronics company will report their sales numbers, and they
As you do.
always state lifetime sales, but it is always regarding to the retailer, not directly to the consumer.
Yeah, consumer numbers are really different.
Retailers have to kind of report that. Very, very rarely does a company actually have de facto information to state, yeah, we sold all these to consumers. Sony's been doing it with the PS4, but that's because they're getting so many orders to get them back in.
That doesn't even account for shrinkage or taking off
Yeah.
the shelf. I mean, it's a clusterfuck trying to make sense of half
Yes.
those numbers.
Now,
Luckily, dear viewers, we can make sense of that said clusterfuck most of the time.
yes, most of the time.
I think that's a record. That is the most we've used the F word in any single episode.
I think so, maybe. We're not quite South Park, but hey, who is? Now, the thing is, with the Wii U numbers, 6.17 million. That's an okay number. I mean, until you actually look at the fact that it's been out for 2 years.
20 years ago.
Yeah, and the PlayStation 4 2 months ago crossed 7 million units, and the Xbox One is vastly quick.
It is quickly approaching said number.
Yes, words and other
Words and phrases.
intellectual things. So, it's going to be very interesting to see. I mean, Mario Kart 8 is right around the corner.
That's going to boost sales. I mean, and it
Yes.
looks awesome.
Yes, it does. In fact, up here at PJ Gamers, in case you don't know, there's going to be a big release party up here.
We're going to have 3 systems, 3 projectors, 12-player online kart racing.
All the monitors are going to be available. Bring your own controller because
It would help. I mean, you don't have to, but it would help.
Yeah, there's it supports the Pro controller, not the Wii tablet controller. Although I think you can still use the Wii tablet, you can't buy more than one of those unless you go to Japan. So they had to support the Pro controller.
And then they also said to help improve sales, they're going to bring in native DS games.
Yes, 3DS games.
That's it. Sorry. Yes, that.
Bringing 3DS games to the Wii U Virtual Console. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. And in the same vein of that, Nintendo did announce, because it's Nintendo and they love Pokemon, they announced Ruby and Sapphire remakes for the 3DS.
Because of course they are.
Yes. Of course.
Yep. So, Nintendo's making it fun again. And, honestly, for all the hell we give them, it's really, it's love. It is. It's hard not to love Nintendo. I mean, especially if you grew up with it. Nintendo is amazing. And all we're really saying is, what the hell are you doing? Come on. You can be so great. We know you can do it.
He knows you can do it. Just do something new. Do something new.
Well, they keep trying that, but they keep doing these
They
weird...
keep failing.
Yeah, it's not, and it's not
miserably.
their fault. A lot of it is us, but a lot of it is also them. Well, I mean,
How?
my inherent belief of consumers kind of run the industry regardless. I mean, we do.
Yeah, I mean,
And Nintendo tried. I mean, they tried
ultimate-
to recreate a success, and it kind of didn't work out. But now they're trying to struggle and figure out what the hell they need to do to get us back.
It's just
Yes, and yes, their answer is constantly repeating everything they've ever done within those first great 10 years of creation.
Here's some brand new games like Pokemon X and Y. Why we're also remaking
Didn't we
Ruby
already
and
do this?
Sapphire?
Oh, no, we discussed this on our podcast, which will be live soon. And other things with just one more level. We've
Yes.
got a host of new writers with some fun new stuff coming out, so
Yeah.
stay tuned to keep reading.
I'm Tridrachius.
That. Oh, wow, that was the sign up. Hi, I'm Tiborius.
Yes, and Nintendo, go fuck yourself.
Aww.